Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt so anxious and afraid when you were asked to speak in front of people? Such as in front of your classmates and whatever it is, when you are needed to speak in front of people, especially when you're doing presentations, and that is the time when you get your voice becomes shaky and your legs trembling, your hands getting cold. That is a sign that you are having some of stage fright, you're having anxiety of speaking in public. If you're looking for video to teach you how to remove completely your nervousness when speaking in public, then you come across to a wrong video, because this video is not about that. This video will only teach you how to manage your nervousness when speaking in front of public, because nervousness is your physiological reaction and it can't be removed completely, but it can be managed in a few tips that I'm going to share later on. And this video also will tell you some factors that cause that nervousness to kick in. To be honest, I also get anxious whenever I am asked to speak in public in front of audience, because that is not my thing and I don't really like to speak in public. But when it comes to presentation, it is something that unavoidable and I have to do it because it is inside my core syllables, and in academic we need to speak to get marks, and also it is part of the course. But the thing is, whether you like it or not, there will come a time where you need to speak in front of your audience, in front of your classmates, especially when you are in university, when you are a university student and you won't be able to always run away from speaking in front of people, and one day you have to overcome it and you have to face it and learn how to cope with that difficulty of yours. Okay, so thanks to psychology, and I get to understand myself better of why I am having this kind of anxiety when it comes to speak in public. But when I speak with my friends, in a small circle of my friends, I am alright, I'm fine. But when it comes to speak in front of the whole class, I just get shaky. So the reason why we get shaky and we get anxious when it comes to speak in public, because we are fear of judgment and also uncertainty. We don't know what people will expect us to do, and we don't know whether your audience like it or not of your presentation. So that kind of uncertainties cause you to get anxious. So we can see that our anxiousness is always come from us, from our own faulty thoughts. We always assume the worst thing that can happen during your presentations. We always assume that what will happen if you are loss of words, or what will happen if you mess up your presentations and people will laugh at you. So that are all your negative thoughts which might not happen, and we are very rarely to think about the positive side. Why don't you ask yourself, what if you deliver a good speech? What if people like your presentations? And what if people are inspired by your words from your speech? So we are tend to criticize our own self instead of giving motivation to ourselves. So now the question is, how can you manage your anxiousness when you are asked to speak in the public? So one of the technique that I will use to manage my own anxiousness when it comes to speaking in public is that I try to remind myself that this speech is not about you. This presentation is not about you and how people are going to judge you, but this speech is about how you can deliver something, deliver your message to other people so that other people get the benefits of your message. Yes, this means that instead of we focus on ourselves, of how people perceive us, we should divert our focus on the speech we are going to deliver. It is not about yourself. It is about the speech you're going to deliver. Just focus on the message. So the next tip on how to manage your anxiousness when speak in public is to prepare yourself. Yes, to get prepared as many times as possible, because for me there is no one speaker who can deliver his or her message very clearly and smoothly without preparation. And what I do is that I will try to visualize as precise as possible on how to begin my speech and how to deliver my contents, and also how I will end this speech. Of course, you don't have to write a whole script of what you're going to say, and you don't have to memorize, because when you forget what you memorize, then you will get more nervous because you forget the whole point. So what you should do is just to jot down a few important points of your content and just try to be more flexible and try to be more spontaneous. But the point here is that you know the main point of what you're going to say about the speech. Okay, so last one. You might ask, what if I still make a mistake? What if I messed up although I have prepared myself? Well, that kind of situation sometimes is unavoidable. Sometimes we forget the points that we want to deliver. Sometimes we skip the points that we want to say. So that is normal. And actually, if you ask me if people will laugh at you for saying the wrong things, for getting a shaky voice because of your nervousness, well, for me, I think that people won't really laugh at you. And that is because people actually, they don't really focus completely on your speech. Yes, and they are more to being impressed by how confident you are standing on this stage to deliver your message. And why people don't really laugh at you, because they don't know whether you have made a mistake or not, because only you know what are the points you are going to deliver. Yes, and they won't know about the things that you don't say. What I am trying to say here is that people will only focus on whatever you have delivered, and that's because they don't know what are the points that you forgotten to say. People don't laugh at you because they know how afraid you might be to stand on the stage in front of them, in front of a lot of the audiences, because not everyone has the confidence to speak in the public. So they are getting impressed by how confident you are. So you just have to fake it till you make it. Let us recap. So the reason why we get anxious when we need to speak in the public is because of our own thinking, our own faulty thoughts. People won't really laugh at you, but people will be more supportive. They will be encouraging to see a wonderful speech from you. So the main point here is that to just believe in yourself, for people to believe in you. And if you have another tips on managing your own anxiety when it comes to public speaking, don't forget to share down below on your tips on managing your anxiousness in the comment sections down below, and I would love to read that, and I might try to apply that on my future presentations maybe. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And you are welcome to share this video for those who are in need on managing their stage fright. Yes, and that is all for this video. See you next time.